Hello, marshmallows. I will do a voiceover. If you don't like my voice, you can mute it. Cold Lisa. Jenny and Lisa have successfully navigated their unique living arrangement for a month. However, an unexpected twist shakes up the story. This twist revolves around Lisa's past and her ex-partner, Irene. Both Lisa and Irene work together at the same company, adding a layer of complexity to their interaction. One day, Irene reaches out to Lisa, expressing her desire to reconnect. She proposes a dinner meeting under the guise of discussing a work project. Despite the passage of time, Irene's charm still holds a certain sway over Lisa. The memories of her past with Irene resurface, causing a certain uneasiness. As the evening unfolds, it quickly becomes evident that Irene has more in mind than just business. She peppers the conversation with lingering touches and flirty comments, causing Lisa to shift uncomfortably in her seat. Lisa navigates the fine line between professionalism and personal boundaries, unsure of how to respond. Unbeknownst to Lisa, Jenny inadvertently becomes a witness to this unexpected encounter. Her heart twinges with an unexpected feeling, jealousy. Seeing Irene's behavior toward Lisa triggers a storm of emotions within Jenny, leaving her wondering about the history between the two. Later that night, as Jenny and Lisa find themselves in their shared space, Jenny finds it hard to contain her curiosity and concern. She takes a deep breath, attempting to initiate a conversation with a friendly tone. "Hey, Lisa," Jenny starts, her voice laced with genuine care. "I noticed something today during that dinner with Irene. Is everything okay?" Lisa's eyes meet Jenny's, and she offers a reassuring smile. "Oh, that dinner? It was just about work stuff, nothing more, I promise." Jenny can't help but sense that Lisa might be holding something back. She leans in slightly, her concern evident. "I believe you, Lisa, but there seem to be a bit more than work vibes. Are you guys still close?" Lisa's expression shifts, revealing a mixture of emotions. She sighs softly before responding. "We're not as close as we used to be, but, history sometimes makes it a bit complicated." Jenny's heart softens as she looks at Lisa. "Well, I just want you to know that I'm here if you ever want to talk about anything. We're in this together, after all." Lisa's gaze meets Jenny's and a genuine warmth radiates between them. "Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate your understanding. Our situation is unique, and I'm still figuring out." The clash of hearts. The tension between Jenny and Lisa had been building for days, an invisible storm cloud darkening their interactions. In the confines of their shared apartment, the air crackled with unspoken words and unresolved emotions. It was as if their clash of hearts had been inevitable, waiting for the right spark to ignite the storm. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the tension finally reached its boiling point. Jenny's heart pounded in her chest as she mustered the courage to confront Lisa about something that had been eating at her insides. "Lisa," Jenny began, her voice trembling slightly, "we need to talk." Lisa looked up from her phone, her expression guarded. "What is it, Jenny?" Swallowing hard, Jenny blurted out, "I heard about you and Irene." Lisa's eyes widened, a mix of surprise and apprehension crossing her features. "Irene? What do you mean?" "You know what I mean," Jenny shot back, her words laced with a bitterness she couldn't hide. "Don't pretend you don't." A tense silence hung in the air as Lisa took a moment to gather her thoughts. "Jenny, it's not what you think. Irene and I are just friends now." "Friends?" Jenny's voice rose, a note of incredulity seeping in. "It didn't look like just friends to me." The conversation spiraled into a heated exchange. Words flew like daggers, each sentence laced with hurt and accusation. Lisa defended her interactions with Irene, explaining that they had both moved on from their romantic past. Jenny, driven by a cocktail of jealousy and insecurity, couldn't shake off the feeling that Lisa was slipping away from her. As the argument escalated, Lisa's frustration peaked. "You're not my keeper, Jenny. You don't get to decide who I can and can't talk to." The room seemed to pulse with the intensity of their emotions. It was then that Lisa's voice softened, her eyes glistening with a mixture of sadness and realization. "You know what hurts the most? Our promise. We promised to give each other space, to keep our personal lives separate." Jenny's anger wavered, replaced by a sudden pang of guilt. She hadn't just breached Lisa's trust, she had shattered the very foundation on which their unique relationship rested. "Lisa, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." Lisa's voice quivered as she cut in. "It's too late for apologies, Jenny. You crossed a line." The weight of Lisa's words settled heavily in the room. Regret gnawed at Jenny's heart as she realized the gravity of her actions. "I never wanted to hurt you," Jenny whispered, her voice cracking. I was scared." Lisa's shoulders slumped, weariness evident in her eyes. "So was I." In that moment, the anger and tension seemed to dissipate, leaving behind the raw vulnerability of two hearts laid bare. Their clash of hearts, once a storm ready to tear them apart, transformed into a shared moment of understanding. As they sat in the dimly lit room, the fragile trust they had built hung in the balance, and the path to healing remained uncertain. The Cold Divide. The day after their heated argument, an unmistakable chill hung in the air of their shared living space. The once familiar surroundings felt foreign, as if an invisible barrier had been erected between them. The silence was heavy, punctuated only by the distant hum of city life outside their window. Lisa's demeanor was a stark reflection of the new atmosphere. Her interactions with Jenny were limited to the bare essentials, her responses short and devoid of any warmth. A casual observer might not notice the difference, but to Jenny, every icy glance and clipped response felt like a dagger to her heart. Jenny, determined to bridge the widening gap, mustered the courage to approach Lisa. "Lisa, can we talk?" Lisa's gaze flickered towards Jenny, but her expression remained guarded. "I'm listening." "I want to apologize," Jenny began, her voice gentle yet tinged with remorse. "I messed up. I shouldn't have invaded your privacy like that." Lisa's lips tightened, and for a moment Jenny thought she might have reached her. But then Lisa's eyes seemed to harden, and she turned away. "Apologies don't change what happened." "I know," Jenny sighed, feeling the weight of her words. "But I need you to know that I regret my actions. I never meant to hurt you." The room felt like a pressure cooker, the tension almost palpable. Lisa remained silent, her body language conveying a mix of anger, hurt, and a stubborn resolve to protect herself. Days turned into a relentless cycle of apologies and attempted conversations. Each attempt left Jenny more frustrated than the last, as Lisa's cold demeanor showed no signs of thawing. It was as if a wall had been constructed around Lisa's heart, and Jenny was left standing on the outside, unable to breach the divide. In the quiet moments when the city's buzz faded and the two found themselves in the same room, the silence felt oppressive. Jenny's heart ached as she watched Lisa retreat further into her cocoon of hurt. She yearned for the warmth of their shared laughter and the easy camaraderie that had defined their relationship. As time went on, Jenny realized that apologizing wasn't enough. She needed to prove her sincerity through her actions, to show Lisa that she was committed to making things right. The task was daunting, and the road to rebuilding trust seemed insurmountable. But Jenny knew that the bond they shared was worth fighting for. With a determined resolve, Jenny faced the challenge ahead. She would chip away at the cold divide, one small effort at a time, hoping that someday the walls would crumble and their friendship would emerge stronger than before. A glimmer of forgiveness. As days passed, the icy air between Jenny and Lisa began to thaw. Lisa's glances held warmth, her words less guarded. Lisa's perspective. Forgiveness didn't come easy. Holding on to anger only hurt me. Jenny wasn't perfect, and I needed to accept that. Slowly, I let go of my resentment, finding peace within. Jenny's plan emerged, a cozy K-drama evening. We settled in, watching our favorite show. Laughter broke the tension. Jenny playfully slapped my arm. I flinched, a reaction from a past she didn't know. "Sorry," she said softly. "It's something I need to work through," I admitted, letting my guard down for the first time. Jenny's perspective, the thawing was a relief, a sign that Lisa was opening up again. Lisa flinched at my playful gesture. Regret flooded me. "I didn't know." "It's not your fault," she reassured me. As weeks went by, we confronted our pasts and talked openly. Our unique bond was tested, but we faced our demons together. Forgiveness wasn't a one-time thing, it was a journey, a path to a stronger future. We learned that healing was possible and our bond was unbreakable. With every shared laugh and heartfelt conversation, hope grew stronger. But the scars from their argument remained, a reminder of the fragility of trust. Could they truly move forward, or were they destined for heartbreak, to be continued